Welcome back, everyone, to The Practical Edge. And today we're going to dig into the single biggest barrier or theme that comes up in my one-to-one coaching, and it's the feeling of being stuck. Week after week, I hear it. I had a great plan, but life got in the way. Or, I started strong, but old habits sneaked back in. If you're juggling a demanding job, family needs, and unexpected crisis comes up, all while trying to prioritize your health, you know the struggle is real. The truth is, the core issue isn't a lack of commitment. It's a plan that lacks resilience. We're going to swap the rigid all-or-nothing approach for a structure that survives the chaos, focusing on 3 powerful shifts, starting with the myth of finding time in building the resilient structure. One of the loudest barriers I hear is that you feel being pulled in multiple directions and can't maintain consistency. You set big goals, like an hour-long workout early in the morning, but then a work crisis, a family need, or simply exhaustion derails the entire day. This isn't a failure of willpower, it's a structural flaw in the plan. A good plan, which works during a perfect week. We need a resilient structure that works during the chaos ones as well. Just this weekend, coming off of a holiday, for example, I didn't have a plan to drain the snow thrower's gas tank, add oil, potentially replace the tire, and clean up spilled oil in my garage and back patio. This process took up an entire day's worth of time, and thus far, still not complete or resolved. But I committed to this podcast to support all of you, as well as my own workout to follow. Here's how I can get dinner prepped, clean, train a client, and execute all of our tasks that I've committed into today. It's the shift, downsizing the action to a non-negotiable minimum. When your time and energy is completely depleted, you need daily requirements so small that it's impossible to fail. For my clients, we call this the 10-minute non-negotiable. Instead of aiming for 60 minutes, commit to just 10 minutes of focusing on movement. Bodyweight squats, walking up the stairs, or a quick walk after dinner. The goal isn't peak fitness, but it's preserving the habit. You build consistency first, then you build intensity. The next critical piece is a resilient structure, especially when prioritizing your health. It's to pair that small movement with small intentional nutritional wins. When clients are losing weight, we focus heavily on protein intake and preserving crucial muscle mass. To set micro goals to ensure that you have high protein source at each meal of the day. This simple focus gives you metabolic support and anchors your health goals, even when everything else is messy. Next is defeating the energy drain when you start your day, getting focused and prioritizing overall health. If you feel tired all the time and are struggling with sleep, your brain and body's already in a deficit. You can't out-willpower exhaustion, even though I try to myself at times. At the same time, how we start our day is going to set the momentum for the rest of the day. As many people reach for coffee or their phone first thing, only compounding the problem of brain fog and divided attention. Shift the anchor in your morning with intentional hydration. Your body's gone through 6 to 8 hours without hydration. First step to boost energy and focus isn't caffeine, as much as we'd like to think so. It's water. I ask all of my clients, let's make water first thing priority in the morning. It rehydrates your body and supports your digestive system. It boosts your focus in clear morning brain fog. It's a tiny win that builds instant momentum for the rest of the day. And then you can enjoy that coffee. I'll often drink water while prepping the coffee in the morning, so it doesn't take any extra time out of my day. Starting your day like this is being intentional. Also, defense against self-criticism and negative thought patterns, which only plague my high-achieving clients. By continuously choosing a positive, healthy action, like water and 10 minutes of quiet time, 10 minutes of personal seclusion away from social media, away from your phone, away from the chaos that starts, you set an intentional tone for the rest of the day. You are giving yourself a small, positive win before the world demands anything from you. And next is the power of the 1% rule for self-improvement. The final and perhaps most powerful shift in the mindset needed for long-term self-improvement is something we all fall into as the all or nothing approach, or the all or nothing trap. When you miss one workout or slip up on a meal, you feel like all progress is gone and you just give up. But I need you to remember that progress is not linear. It truly is like a roller coaster. So embrace the 1% rule. You're not trying to become a completely different person overnight. You're building a better version of your old self. And success comes from simple, repetitive tasks that compound over time. It's 20% of your habits that yield 80% of your success. So don't get lost in the overwhelming nuance of trying to do everything perfect. Focus on getting 1% better today than you were yesterday. So to summarize the 3 steps to a resilient routine is downsize the action to a non-negotiable minimum. 10 minutes of moving and perhaps a protein goal to focus on. Second is anchoring your morning with water first for instant focus and energy and hydration. Keep your focus on the main thing, the most important, which is just giving yourself a moment to think and reflect on what you want your day to look like. Not doom scrolling on your phone and then seeping into the reactive anxiety that you may not realize or acknowledge is taking place every single day. And the third is embrace the 1% rule to prioritize consistency over intensity, knowing that the small, simple wins compound into massive long-term success. You are committed and you're not alone in this journey. The next step is simple, taking that single, small, non-negotiable action today. Don't wait for the perfect week. Build a plan that works through the messy ones. For more information or to learn about personalized coaching, feel free to check out my website at englandcoaching.com. And until next time, stay driven, stay focused, and keep leveling up.